let's do this one first. I was gonna, yeah, I thought I had more new stuff, but no, this is the last of the like crazy like breaking news stuff.
Breaking right now, we've got the new video of President Trump's meeting with Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba. Let's watch.
Oh, wait, was this the beginning of the interaction? And then they did so we saw the press conference first, but this was the beginning of the interaction. I did it out of order. I didn't know. Right now, they're only talking to Mr. I forgot what the Prime Minister's name is. I'm sorry, Japan. Get it together.
To what extent will you discuss North Korea today, sir?
That'll always be a topic, especially with Japan.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
we'll be
yeah.
discussing North Korea and many other things. We'll be spending pretty much the day, but that's always a topic.
Mr. President, have you changed your mind about the sale of U.S. steel?
No, I think we're going to be discussing that today. No, I haven't, and I hear we'll have some pretty good information on that. You might want to go.
Are tariffs an option, Mr. President?
Have you?
No.
Okay.
President, are tariffs an option if the
Everyone
deficit doesn't get to equilibrium or to equality?
Yes, they are.
Mr. President, can you discuss what your plan is for reciprocal trade? Are you signing an EO on that today?
I'll be announcing that next week, reciprocal trade, so that we're treated evenly with other countries.
Hey,
We don't want
Japan,
any
want to
more
be a
or
bro
any
to
less.
help us take
So I'll
back
be
Panama?
announcing that next week, and many other things having to do not even with trade, but other
I mean,
things.
that would
But,
be an interesting
I'll be talking
alliance.
about reciprocal trade sometime next week. We'll have a news conference and we'll lay it out. Pretty simple.
Every single country?
It affects everybody, yeah. Reciprocal, yeah. We'll be talking about that next week.
伺いたいんですけれども、今関税を課すっていう話になってるんですけど、
Yeah, I would even think even Japan uses the Panama Canal. I would assume so, because that is a trade route.
利益になるようにということが重要なことだと思っております。合衆国の発展、そして日本国の発展、そのために有益
I mean, it would be in Japan's best interest to help the U.S. You know,
期待をしておりまして。
scratch our back, we scratch.
So
You
this is the
know,
second
you scratch our
world leader
back,
that
we scratch
President
your
Trump is
back. You
meeting
know,
with. He had Benjamin
No.
Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, there over the recent days. But
We
this
can
is
offer
obviously
a
a very
discount,
important
yeah.
ally. And we're told that Prime Minister Ishido has spent a lot of time preparing for this meeting. The issue of U.S. steel just came up. Will there be any trade restrictions on Japan is one of the issues that people will be watching very closely in this. Also, Shinzo Abe, the former prime minister who was assassinated after he left office, was a close friend of President Trump's. And so
Yes, he was.
this new prime minister is looking to
Unfortunately,
create
he
that
got
warm
got by someone
relationship
made
with
a
his
homemade
ally,
fucking
President
gun.
Trump here in the United States. So this is going to be an
Fucking crazy
interesting back and
bastard.
forth. Let's listen.
I think it'll be very easy for Japan. We have a fantastic relationship. I don't think we'll have any problem whatsoever. They want fairness also.
それはうまく進むと思います。日本は素晴らしいパートナーですし、彼らもことがスムーズに進むことを期待していると思います。これは双方にとってです。
Mr. President, do you have a reaction to the new Time magazine cover that has Elon Musk sitting behind your Resolute desk?
Can
you imagine waking up in Panama and seeing the red zone on your
写真がありますけども、それに関するコメントは何かありますか？
Is Time Magazine still in business? I didn't even know that.
まだタイムマガジンは廃刊じゃないんですか？
Elon is doing a great job. He's finding tremendous fraud and corruption and waste.
I don't think I'd mind it too much.
USAID, but you're going to see it even more so with other agencies and other parts of government. He's got a staff that's
That's
fantastic.
Vietnam 2.0, yeah.
He's wanted to be able to do this for a long time, and if everybody else knew it was existent, but I think never so much when you look at USAID. That's a fraud. The whole thing is a fraud. Very little being put to good use. Every single line that I look at in terms of events and transactions is either corrupt or ridiculous. And we're going to be doing that throughout government, and I think we're going to be very close
we
to
do need it
balancing
back.
budgets for the first
I don't
time
know.
in many
Yeah.
years. I think we're going to be very close to
Carter
in
giving it
addition
away
to
was just not a
monies
good
coming
idea.
in from tariffs, et cetera, et cetera.
Especially
But, no, he's doing a
now,
very good
now
job.
with
I'm
the
very happy with
situation
it.
we're in
Put
now.
Elon Musk up on the podium for us to ask him some questions, Mr. President, at any point. Will you put Elon
Right,
Musk
Biden
up on the
fucked up
podium
too
for
much
us to
shit.
ask him some
Oh,
questions?
sure. He's not shy. Elon's not shy.
Any further deliberations on Gaza, sir? The timetable for a takeover?
No deliberations. It's been
Carter
very
was
well
a fool
received,
and a
where
weak president.
basically the United
I mean,
States
yeah.
would
He
view it
did
as
fuck
a
up a lot.
real estate
I mean, the
transaction
only
where
thing he
we'll
was
be
good
an investor
really at
in
was,
that part of the world.
you know,
And,
providing
no rush to do
right
anything. We wouldn't need anybody
charity
there. It would
work
be
and
supplied and given to us
conservation
by
work, right?
Israel. They'll
That was about it.
watch it in terms of security. We're not talking about boots on
He
the
was a
ground or
charitable
anything,
person,
I
but
think
holy
we'll-
crap, man.
The
He
fact that we're
fucked up
there,
as a
that we have
president
an
a lot.
investment there, I think would go a long way to creating peace. We don't want to see everybody move back and then move out in 10 years. This has been going on for 50 years, much more than that. We just want to see stability. That would be having us have that particular piece in that particular location, I think would show great stability and would lead to great stability in the area for very little money, very little price, and we wouldn't need soldiers at all. That would be taken care of by others. And the investments are taken care of.
I want to hear
others also.
more on Trump's
So,
Christian
for no
task force.
investment,
Wait,
I mean,
what?
virtually no investment
There's a
whatsoever.
Christian task
It would
force?
bring stability to the area, and others can invest in it later on. But we're in no rush on it. There's absolutely no rush.
President Trump, do you believe DeepSeek is a national security threat, and how do you plan to collaborate on AI initiatives?
On where?
DeepSeek, do you believe it's a national security threat?
No, I think it's happening. I mean, it's a technology that's happening. It's actually, I think we're going to benefit.
Is
if it's
making a
correct
task
what's going
force to
on now,
combat
that
anti-Christian
it'll be a lot
bias?
less
What?
expensive. The AI
No.
we're talking about will be a lot less expensive than people originally thought. That's a good thing. I view that as a very good development, not a bad development.
Mr. President, on autos specifically, in your first term, you tried to tariff autos. Is that on the table still? Are you trying to do that in your second administration?
Auto tariff?
Have to create a
That's
religious
always
office
on
of
the
what?
table.
Just
It's a very big deal.
target
Because
anti-Christian
we are,
bias.
we have
Oh
cases
no.
where we don't supply autos and
Oh
other countries do.
shit.
We have to equalize
man.
it. We have to stabilize it and equalize it.
At the Sunday breakfast,
Meet
you
with President Zelensky next week. He's in Europe.
Oh my god.
I will probably be meeting with President Zelensky next week, and
Oh.
I will probably be talking to President Putin. I'd like to see that war end. For one primary
Oh,
reason,
that's
they're
it. We
killing
can't
so
make
many
jokes
people.
anymore.
You're losing millions of people.
We can't make
on a
priest
battlefield.
diddling
In this
kids
case,
jokes
mostly the
anymore.
battlefield. You have 8 or 9
No, I didn't know this
100,000
happened
Russian
yesterday.
soldiers are dead and very badly
I didn't
wounded.
see
And
this.
the same thing with Ukraine. You have probably 700,000 with Ukraine. The numbers they gave are a little bit lower than that, but I believe those numbers
Oh
aren't
well,
correct.
I guess
I'd
it's
like to see
happening.
it end just on a human basis. It's terrible what's going on. They have open fields with no protection. The only thing a bullet can
I'm a
hit
Christian
is a human
and I make
body,
Pope
and
Diller
the human
jokes.
body dies as soon as it gets hit. No, I'd like to see that end. It's a ridiculous war. It would have never started if I were president. That war would have never started. Putin would not have started that war if I were president. And by the way, you wouldn't have had October 7th if I was president either.
What? Wait, why? They keep asking him questions, right? Why do they keep asking him questions about this shit? Why don't you ask him questions about the fucking Japanese and U.S. deals? The fuck? Every day it's the same fucking questions, dude. Literally. They ask this question every fucking time. What are you gonna do about the Russian-Ukraine war? What are you gonna do about the fucking Gaza-Israel? Right? It's like, dude, calm the fuck on, dude. They want to trip him up, plus they are obsessed. I know. It's like, Jesus.
That mess
They have to ask him every day so that to make sure his stance hasn't changed.
would not have started.
It's
But no, I
so
would very much
fucking
like
stupid.
to
I mean,
help out. One of the things where
I guess people are afraid, right, of what happened. Like Biden says one thing and Ash does the other, right? Literally. But I mean, so far Trump has been following through with all of his, right, with all of the things he has been saying, right? Right, Trump has been following through. Right, he's not Biden, okay? He's not Biden.
looking at with
The Biden
President Zelensky
PTSD,
is,
yeah.
having the security of their assets. They have assets underground.
He's
rare
not gonna.
earth,
He's not
and other
gonna
things, but
run
primarily
between his
rare
tail
earth.
behind his
And
legs
we wanna
when
have
Hunter
really,
Biden
we
gets
want
caught up
security
in some
because,
shit, right?
As you know, Europe is putting up much less money than us. Much. NATO, Europe, call it whatever you want. And we're at probably 300 billion.
Well, you
plus,
had the
and they're at
UN
probably
too,
the
who
real
was
number is
doing some
100
shady
billion.
shit too.
That's a lot of money, but it's 200
Right.
billion less than
We're-
us,
we're-
and there's an ocean in
Right, we're
between.
giving a lot of
They
money
need it
to
more
these
than us, so we're
organizations that
asking them to
fucking do fuck
equalize
all sometimes.
and get even. But
Right,
we're
it's just
also
another
asking
layer of
President
bureaucracy
Zelensky
that's so
for,
fucking annoying.
the security of, we're putting all this money up, and we're saying, where does it stop?
With everything so far except the
And
eggs,
yet,
but that is
we
out of
wanna see
his
it out to
control.
an end.
Yeah.
We want to see it end. But we are going to be
The
asking
fucking
for the
eggs,
security, and
man.
we've already told
Dude, there's actually been people fighting
equal
over the
amount of
fucking
something
eggs.
where our money, I mean, the
Right, there are
American
people getting into
taxpayers in for
scuffles and
$300 billion.
shit.
Biden never negotiated.
Jesus
he never
Christ,
told Europe to
people,
put
calm
in
the
more
fuck
money.
down.
And it got out of hand, just like NATO. NATO, we were paying almost 100% of NATO when I first came in. Everybody was taking advantage of the good old United States, but not anymore. So what, and now, if you speak to the Secretary General of NATO, who was very nice when he was here 2 weeks ago.
That
he
is
said,
why
what
he's
Trump did
pulling
was
U.S.
amazing. He got everybody to
funds
pay.
from UN projects.
And
Yeah.
to do that, you have to ask, and Biden never
Yeah, a
asked.
lot of.
So we're in for
Yeah, some of the
probably
shit
close
we've
to
been
$200
funding
billion
is
more than Europe.
It's
And yet obviously
mind-boggling.
it affects Europe much more than
Right,
us. So
it's insane
we would
what
like
we've
them
been
to
funding.
to equalize. They have to go more. And from our standpoint, we do
And
want
then,
security
right,
and all this money that we're putting
those
up.
funds goes to those programs, and then
He may meet next week, yeah, whenever he'd like.
and then there's like sub companies
Could be
that
Washington. Well, I'm
get
not
the
going there.
kickback. It's like, dude, there's a whole network of these people fucking with our money.
It could be, it could be. We've always
Like
had a good
vacations to
relationship.
Egypt?
President
Yeah.
Putin and I have
Yeah.
always had a good relationship. That's why it's so sad that it happened. This would have never happened if I were president. It's so sad to see it happen. So many dead people. By the way, so many cities are demolished. They're like, you talk about Gaza? Well, take a look at
Oh,
Ukraine.
yeah.
So many of those cities are demolition sites. Demolished. So sad. Should have never happened. All those beautiful golden domes, but much more importantly, all those beautiful people are dead. And it should have never happened. Thank you very much, everybody.
There it is.
Come on, guys. Hey, let's go. Thank you, guys. Let's exit.
Oval Office discussion.
My Gaza soon to come. Yeah, I can't believe he actually said that he's gonna take over Gaza and rebuild it. Yeah, but I mean, I understand he wants to rebuild Gaza and everything, but yeah, it doesn't seem like the neighboring countries or states, whatever you want to fucking call them. They don't want to help the Palestinian people. It does, at least. Who was it was who was it that did not? Israel was trying. I forgot who was one of these guys. But they didn't. Yeah, it was like Egypt. Yeah, it was like Egypt and somewhere else. But they didn't want to take them in because they were afraid that shit might go down. Oh, it's not here anymore. Oh yeah, and then you have the UN chief saying this shit right here. It's like, dude, that's not what he even said. It's like, holy shit, man. What the fuck? Yeah, it's like, dude, that's a... It's like, holy fuck. What is people going on about, man? It's not what he even said, holy shit. People are wild and out. Oh yeah, here's the Alaska plane crash.
As President Trump has welcomed the Prime Minister of Japan, Shiba, to the White House, and they're going to be discussing trade issues for sure. But you saw that the conversation, when the press started asking questions, quickly went to Gaza and Ukraine.
Yeah, that was so dumb. Yeah, as soon as it went to like Gaza and Ukraine and nothing of the like U.S. and Japanese deal stuff, it was like, okay, well, this is kind of dumb. Took ethnic cleansing from I want Gaza. Yeah, it's like, Jesus.
President Trump saying that really it would be an economic effort in Gaza to see it rebuilt.
Yeah, it's like when they hear I want to take over Gaza, they're just like, oh, he wants to ethnically cleanse Gaza. Oh my God. It's like, what? That's not what he was. That's not what he said.
And that others would take the economic responsibility. He said we won't need any soldiers on the ground in the process of trying to oversee a rebuild in Gaza, which certainly needs to happen. Griff, your reaction?
Yeah, and like he keeps saying it's to rebuild Gaza, and they're just like, oh no, he wants to kill everyone. It's like, dude, Jesus, you people are fucking out of your minds. The Japan Prime Minister is here. Nobody cares what's happening with the Russian. Yeah.
Reaction to what you heard in there?
Well, I heard news. Every time he
weird,
has
man.
a photo op, there's news made, and he takes questions on everything. What's fascinating to me, Martha, was I was in Mar-a-Lago December 16th when the SoftBank CEO, Japanese SoftBank CEO, Masayoshi Son, came and pledged $100 billion in U.S. investment, particularly in AI. And so while the Gaza and Elon getting up to the podium, which as a reporter I'm looking forward to ask him questions, there's a lot of news made there. The image there of trying to forge a relationship with this new Japanese prime minister, because of course, as you pointed out, he had such a close relationship with Abe. This Shiba was just elected in October.
I mean, I think if you're a politician, you kind of have to understand that some of these journalists are fucking assholes, like literally. Right, these journalists are not your friends, right? Some of them will try and fuck you over just because of simple terminology or vocabulary, right? They'll just try to spin the narrative, and it's like, well, you're a piece of shit.
So it's a new relationship, but then you look at
yeah. I mean, it is pretty disrespectful. Because even in Japanese, in Japan, the culture is way different, right? They take that much more They take that with much more thought in mind, right? Right, they think very highly of culture, right? Especially their culture. Right, they're very respectable people, right? And, certain Asian cultures at least. And the traditional, traditional Japanese way, they still have that.
the trade, $100 billion from SoftBank.
Yeah,
Who knows what else?
Right, you can see it in their work ethic sometimes, right? I mean, regardless of the
on the table. We
No,
had a
the
$69
other,
billion trade
stuff.
deficit last year with Japan. We know Trump cares about trade deficits. So I think there was a lot happening there. Also notable, you had Vice President Vance and Secretary Hegseth sitting on the couch next to him.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheryl.
All right. Well, yeah, Japanese are basically workaholics now. Yeah, and this is an update, I guess. Baked potato. Produce here are ridiculous. We are meeting with a world leader that is not Ukraine or Israel. Let's keep the topics relevant to the people in the room, please. Yeah. They're just gonna get, they're just trying to get whatever they can get answered. It's the right. It's the topic of every day. Gotta ask the same question. The boss is back. Hopefully he stays cool and only focuses on building rather than fighting unnecessary battles. Give the best 4 years of conservative government and pave way for Vance to have his 8 years. Yeah, that too, right? As soon as Trump is done, right, Vance could take office, and right, that's 8 years of Vance, and he could be progressing, right, Trump's agenda, while obviously pushing his own, right, making his agenda clear. Still miss Shinzo. What about Ramaswamy? He seems cool. I think Ramaswamy, he said he decided to go to take Ohio, or he wanted to go to Ohio. I forgot. I don't know if Ramaswamy is gonna ever go for like a higher political office, but he said he wanted to go to Ohio, I think. He may want to go to the Senate, possibly. He wanted to go be a governor, right? Yeah. Yeah, he wanted to become governor for, Ohio. I guess because I think what happened was Ramaswamy felt like he wanted to do more things locally instead of doing things right with Doge federally. So I think that's probably why he went there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what his exact thought process was. I think I think Sam Hyde has been saying Vivek Ramaswamy quit Doge or something. It's pretty funny. Yeah, fucking Sam Hyde blasting fucking or making fun of Vivek for some reason. Oh, well, I mean, it's not for. I know the reason. It's because of the shit he said in the past.